Hi everyone. Today we're gonna open up our Kyotaro. I've gone over this a couple times. I've showed it to a lot of people, um, and we're really excited to have it. So we're gonna open it up. I've got this thing. We got it off of Yahoo Japan. From the pictures, you can see inside had a lot of like rust on some of the metal parts, but everything was just immaculately cleaned out. The wood's in really good shape, so we're gonna open this up and take a look inside, check out this cab. So let me get my knife out here. And let's cut this thing open. Beautiful. But like the big thing, I've had other Kyotaros before, and they were all in pretty bad shape. Like the big key is like this control panel is in immaculate condition. There's like a little crack there. I don't know if this was like a repro or something. It looks so good. And all the ones that I've seen are just like they've got these big bolts in them because they were running in like in an arcade in LA, you know, standing on the riser and everything, so. Anyway, I was so shocked to find this one in this kind of condition that, you know, I just had to buy it. And Misu here has been regretting for every minute not having bought it from me when I offered it to him, but unfortunately for him, that deal is now off the table. But no, it's just a super unique candy cab. It's made out of wood. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it is a wooden candy cab. We've got here the manual. Looks like a color copy or like a copied manual. I got the keys. Okay. So we take that off. There we keys out of here. That's super taped up. So I guess a little bit about this cab is on the Sailor Moon beat 'em up, there's a stage where you can go into an arcade, and this is the arcade cabinet that is featured on it. So I would have liked to have that board to put in here permanently. It's pretty expensive now. It's a couple grand, I think. So we're not going to do that. I just got something a little bit cheaper, a little easier to get to throw in there. So let's see what we've got in here. So we've already you know, you can tell this was kept by someone that really cared about it, because they've already got like a, you know, one of these really fancy JAMA extenders on it. We've got the marquee here. Which is pretty cute. I'm gonna hook up this testing board here real quick. Throw it in there, and we'll get it hooked up in a sec. I'm gonna grab some bubble wrap and throw it under there in a sec here. But for now, I'm gonna unwrap this marquee, and you'll notice that it is a beautiful, like hot green to go with the, look at that. Oh man, this thing's beautiful. It's almost like brand new, practically. I mean, like this whole cab. We'll look at the coin count. I actually don't know what the coin count is on this cab yet, but I'm sure it's gotta be pretty low, even if it was restored. While I'm at it, let me open this front and I'll show you the rust I was talking about with the control panel. Or you can't even really see it. It's just the coin box. Like literally, just the coin box is kind of crusty, but everything else. Oh, and this too. You know, like maybe that. If I really wanted, I could probably pull these parts out and re-chrome them or something like that. But just everything else about it is really clean, immaculate. It's almost like, well, I mean, this board is this has to be remade. Like, look at how solid this wood is. This was recut, for sure. But, oh, and I guess these metal brackets are also rusty. But just everything about this cab reeks of someone that put a lot of time and effort and care into restoring it. But it couldn't, I think this couldn't have been done if the rest of the parts of it weren't already in really great shape. And, you know, for me, I don't really look up Kyotaros on Yahoo Japan often, or, you know, cabs in Japan, but this cab is just in better shape than I've ever seen a Kyotaro in my life. So, okay. So as for the header, here's our first piece, this green-ass, like, fluorescent green header, and we've got the front plate for it. I don't have any art to throw in here right now. I have art for this test board, but we'll get that later. When you come up here, you actually see on the top, the light filter is also this same, like, green. I should have gotten a, I don't have it now, I'll grab one later, a hex, or a security bit, but I'll just set this in for now so we can see it. I'll come back and bolt that in later. But so that's roughly what it should look like. Let me grab that bubble wrap here. I'm going to tuck this around our test PCB, because actually the bottom of this whole thing is wood. There's almost, the bottom of this is wood as well, so it's probably fine, but just to be safe, I'm going to throw this back inside, and let's plug it in. Here. You guys have anything to say at this point in the process? One thing I'm actually curious to look at is, I'm not sure if this is one of the rotating models where you can rotate the monitor, but I'll open that up and we'll take a look at it in a sec.
It is not.
It is not?
You can rotate it, but it's manual rotation.
Manual rotation, okay. Alright, so let me run this around. I may not be able to reach the cable here from... Yeah, it's not going to reach, so I'm going to pull the cable a little bit closer. Almost reach my power strip here. Alright, and let's flip it on. There we go. Comes right up. Got audio and real clean picture. Let's degauss it. See if there's a switch. If not, I'll grab a coil. I'm not sure where that control is, but
it's probably underneath the monitor.
Well, while we're at it, we're going to look under here anyway. So this is actually the first time I've opened a Kyotaro panel like this, because usually they've got, again, those big bolts and all this gross shit. So there's a degauss there. And yeah, no, it actually looks pretty good. I don't really see any burn in there, which I would expect for something that's been restored. Oh my god, this is just so cool. Look at this. Look how clean that is. It's almost insulting to look at just how, oh my god. And I mean, you think this is, well, I mean, I guess it's probably about the same. You think this is clean, though. Wait till we get to this. We're doing this one next over here, the Blast City over here. That's the next one. You think this is impressive, that's going to be quite a pleasure there. Actually, you know what? I can feel the static from the monitor, even through the plexi here, and feel the hairs raising on my arm. That's interesting. But yeah, so we got a degauss. Let's do a little bit of adjustment on this and get it in the right position. What is that? Nope. That's colors, probably brightness. The color honestly looks fine, so I'm not gonna mess too much with that. Is that hold or, yeah, it's hold. Okay, so we want, So this looks like it's going to get a nice frame in there. It's actually, I don't really have to do anything with this one. I'm not sure what I'm actually going to run in here just yet. Wow. Yeah, you can see that straight through the plexi. The glass isn't even, like, the monitor's not even that close, but yeah, that sparked a little on the screen. But yeah, so it's super clean. Let's I mean, I probably don't even have to input test. These buttons look brand new. There's a little scuffing here on the panel, which kind of leaves a little credence to maybe it is original, but yeah, everything feels super brand new. So it's good. Let's try turning the volume up a little bit. I'm going to want that up when I play. All the way up. Sounds good. And actually, you know, now that I'm looking at it, you can see this light here. It looks like this was repainted, because you can see there the light shining through it there. You know, it looks really clean and really well done, but definitely, like, this plastic part here was repainted. The wood, I can't really tell. It looks like this was probably replaced. I can see, you know, a little bit of bubbles there. It wasn't, you know, from it getting reapplied, but I can't really tell if the wood was just in this condition or it got restored. I don't know, like, what do you guys think?
Refurbishing for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, for restoration for sure, but
It's
like, what did they do? Did they cut new panels, or?
It's a plastic laminate, so you would
Oh
cut
no,
a new
well
laminate.
no, this is, yeah, but like, did they? Oh, for the white, yeah.
Yeah, it's plastic laminate.
But I'm curious whether they would have, like, cut new panels for it, because you would think that's not something you can normally do for a candy cab.
I don't believe so, because the thing is, the white laminate, we don't know what the condition of the wood is underneath, but
Yeah,
it will
that's
hide
true.
any imperfection.
That is true. But like, if you look at the wood from the inside, it all looks pretty good too. So, you know, if they restored it, they restored the inside as well. The metal parts were very obviously, you'd have to strip and, you know, repowder coat them to get this kind of finish on the metal. But yeah, and I mean, the other thing, if you look at the footrest, you know, it's not fully buffed out. There's still, you can see where there was rust that was cleaned up, so, you know, that's probably original. And they just did as much work as they could, so. At any rate, like, the Kyotaros that I was comparing this to, they cost in the range of, like, maybe $200 to $500, and they were beat up. You would not, like, you can't really compare it to this. And this was in the range of, I think, like, 15 to 2,000, you know, and that's even with, you know, my ability to buy and import directly with a container of my own. But I think, yeah, the true value in this is, like, you'd never be able to find one in this kind of condition. If at all, you know, not very often at all. So, like, this here, like, you can look at, these are, well, actually, I don't even know that if this is original. It's got a little bit of a, it feels so new. These can be replaced. I know those can be reproed, but you know, I just wonder if they actually went through the trouble to do all that. I mean, Kyotaros are so uncommon as it is. You know, I don't think there's a lot of, you know, a lot of demand for those parts. Like, you can see, like, these are original. These are definitely super rusted out. This cab must have been, you know, through some real hell in the past. This kick rest, this looks, the rubber for where you put your feet when you kick it back, that looks original too. But yeah, anyway, that's the Kyotaro. Let me make sure this, yeah. So that's the, is that an on-off for the whole, yeah. So this is the power switch for the cab, by the way, is right there. Just an interesting little thing. But yeah, real cute. Tube is in amazing shape. Everything was, like, every piece on this had to have been stripped out. well taken care of, cleaned out. Let me grab. I'm actually going to grab the hex bits and open up this monitor so we can look underneath as well. Where is my driver?
If I remember correctly, this lifts. But
Yeah, it does lift out. I don't remember. I just don't remember how. I never got that far on the previous Kyotaros I had. But I feel like
there's a hinge right here, so maybe if you take these out, or maybe there's a lock somewhere.
So we'll pop this open, take a look in there.
No, you don't need to take the top ones out.
I don't?
It's a hinged system, most likely.
Oh yeah, no, I see the hinge. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, because this one, now this has a lip and... Alright, well... There we go. And then, what do we do to get it out from here?
There should be a separate hinge system, but I don't know how it works. My guess is it's
screws,
these screws on the
There's
side.
the screws on these side, yeah. Let's,
so maybe you take the bottom two out?
Now let's pop those out and take a look. This is a good opportunity to look over a Kyotaro in its original state, too.
It's interesting that they provide an inner hinge and an outer hinge.
Yeah, well, that means you can, access and clean the monitor without having to...
That's true.
Take the whole thing out. But again, are you sure this isn't the rotating one? Because
Yes, because this is a standard, and the rotation mechanism only is on the deluxe. The deluxe is actually a much wider frame to support that rotation.
Because I know, yeah, I don't know. You might actually know better than me on that. Not that I really care. This one's going to stay in as a standard rotation. Probably I have to get the last one out too. They definitely, you can tell from the screws, all this stuff got painted over. So, let's see if, yep, this just
pops off then.
Off.
Yeah, I think maybe the mechanism might only exist on the deluxe one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
so yeah, this is definitely not rotating, but... So actually, you know what, there you can actually see the color of what this probably was before the restoration. But, yeah, and you can also see just the speckling on that from that. That actually looks like the paint. Maybe. But yeah, that actually that's interesting. It's got the different it's actually got different screw holes for the monitor because it's not on a frame, so it has to be able to mount in when you rotate it. But yeah, taking a look at that, I'm gonna grab the light, take a look at that chassis through here. It looks real clean. That's a very much a rebuilt chassis, or something that's been very well kept. It's completely cleaned out.
It's new cabling on it for sure.
Yeah. Well, the whole cab looks like it has brand new wiring. They just rewired the whole thing. Pretty neat. But yeah, I guess that's it for the Kyotaro. I can't, unless you guys have any little bits of trivia that you want to bring up, or...
I was trying to, can you bring the light over here?
Yeah, for sure.
So the one thing I wanted to note that's kind of uncommon on cabs is that this is a frameless CRT, so there's no metal to protect it when you pull it out and place it on the ground, unlike what you would see in a Sega cab or a Taito cab. So you have to be a little bit more careful when handling these when you pull the CRTs out, because you'll
neck it as soon as
your neck is fully exposed. But outside of that, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, and again, that's why it's unusual to have this, because normally the frame would give it a square mount so that you can use the same mounts whether it's rotated or not. So, but I mean, if this is in good operable shape when it was new, it's not like it needed to be on a frame or anything like that. But yeah, definitely worth pointing out. All right, well, that's it for the Kyotaro this time around. Unless we think of something else, we might come back. But we're gonna take a short break here before we open up and record the Blast City over here. This one was bought pretty much new old stock. It's been sitting unused for a while, so it's not a restoration. It's just been kept in this condition. So we're really looking forward to going over that. But yeah, these were the two that we picked up recently. I'm keeping these in the house. These are personal collection cabs. I hope you enjoyed checking it out. We'll be streaming off of both of these probably for a while. I've got a couple split fires ready to go for them. I hope you enjoyed this look over. If you want to see anything else with this cab, let us know. We'll post pictures. We'll go over it in more detail if you want. Otherwise, we'll leave it at that, and we'll be back next week with the Blast City. Hope you're looking forward to it as much as we are. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So, I forgot to do the coin count on the cab, and take a look down here. It is 999854, so it was probably replaced. It's a new counter that hasn't rolled over yet. This cab is obviously not in that condition. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. We aren't going to be able to get much information off of that. Looks like there's a, is this the kick harness? There's a loose thing. I think we mentioned it as well, like all this wiring looks brand new. So that's almost certain that the wiring is new. But I also wanted to point out that this, this was obviously a collector had kept this. They wanted to have, they restored it up and they wanted it the way they wanted, and they were dropping coin in for the feel. And there was about 10 bucks in 100 yen coins in there, and there was this small towel in the bottom, so that when it clinks, it's not damaging the bottom of the coin bucket. They really cared about this, and it's really an honor to have a cab like this in my own personal collection. So anyway, just wanted to show that because I had thought I remembered we didn't do that. But yeah, that's it. We'll be doing the Blast next week. Please look forward to it.